The matchup I'm super excited about here is this matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Man, I'm anticipating a great matchup here. And a lot of people think the obvious winners of this game is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles because they're so popular and because they won a championship and all of these things. I get it. A lot of people are just immediately making the Eagles the favorite. But the one thing you cannot overlook is the Giants already beat this team earlier in the season of week 6. They beat them 34-17, and this is the beginning of a new Giants team. So in this matchup between the Eagles and the Giants, I'm going with the New York Giants to win this ball game. It's a division game. Literally anything can happen. Giants have been rolling these past few weeks, and they also already beat the Eagles earlier in the season. The Eagles offense haven't been convincing to me. I'm not super convinced that the Eagles are here and they're back to their normal standards. They still haven't been able to get the ground game going. They kind of looked okay with throwing the ball, and Jalen Hurts looked good with throwing the ball last week against the Vikings, but I'm still not convinced because guess what? The New York Giants looked great amongst a top 5 defense in the Denver Broncos. Yes, they lost the game and they blew the matchup, even though they let the Broncos score 33 points in one game, but ultimately the New York Giants did go toe-to-toe with them, and they were up big time over the Denver Broncos, who are a top 5 defense statistically in this game. So I'm going with the New York Giants to win. But anyway, let's look at some of the statistics here. Some of the stats and why I say Eagles are going to lose and Giants are going to win is because, like, I see what the Eagles did offensively last week. They looked respectable, and I want to give them a lot of credit for that. But ultimately, A.J. Brown, he got involved. Devontae Smith got involved, which is what we love to see. And statistically, they absolutely have to find a way to get Saquon Barkley involved. If the Eagles don't find a way to get Saquon Barkley involved in this offense, it's going to continue to restrict their ability to reach their full potential. The Eagles cannot thrive how they did last year or even the year before if Saquon Barkley in the ground game is not rolling. Because what the ground game does for an offense is gives them opportunities. And this is with any team in the NFL. Whenever your ground game is rolling as a team in the NFL, it gives you options to go into the play action. It gives you options to go into the screen passes, to go into the deep passes, because teams are focused on you handing the ball off to the running back. You have to get your ground game activated, and I don't think the Eagles' offense will be sustainable until they actually have the ground game activated. So because of that, that's a big reason why I'm not really too high on the Eagles right now. And Giants, they've been rolling over the last few weeks. Like I said, they had the big outing, I would say, against the Broncos, even though they ended up losing. But with this matchup, Giants, man, they're coming off back-to-back 30-point games, and one of these 30-point games was against the Broncos, who's a top 5 defense. Now, before that, the 30-piece that they had was against the Philadelphia Eagles, which is crazy because they ended up beating the Eagles. Now, Giants, they're ranked higher than the Eagles in passing yards per game. They're higher than the Eagles in rushing yards per game, and above all, the offense from the Giants just looked better than what we've seen from the Eagles so far. So it'll be interesting to see. I will say I'm expecting both offenses to really duel each other. I'm expecting an offensive shootout in this game between the Giants and the Eagles. I have very little confidence in both defenses, without a doubt. This is going to be an offensive game between Giants and Eagles. The defense will be important, and whichever team steps up on defense will win. But above all, Eagles, they're close to giving up 400 yards total in their last 5 games. Or let me say that better. They're close to giving up 400 yards each in their last 5 games. Over the last 5, they've given up almost 400 yards. So I'm not really expecting the Eagles to buckle up defensively. They let Carson Wentz throw over 300 yards last week. And then for the Giants, they gave up 33 points in 1 quarter. I'm not really going for this team locking in on defense. So it'll be an offensive showdown. Both teams are bottom half in passing yards allowed. Both are bottom half in rushing yards allowed. And it's going to be whatever defense steps up first. But I'm excited to see what happens, man. Giants, they also have 2 starters out in the secondary, which didn't seem to be a problem last week until the final moments of the game in the 4th quarter. So, I think Eagles, they'll be able to keep it close with the scoring and maybe finding some sort of rhythm in the offense. But ultimately, I got the Giants winning. Giants, they've been rolling, man, and they look good. And ultimately, I'm still on the train of rookie quarterbacks have an edge. So with Jackson Dart coming out to play the Eagles, yes, they've already seen them, but I still think Jackson Dart has a slight advantage. Rookie quarterbacks have a slight edge in the NFL. And the main reason I say this is because nobody has film. Nobody has tape. Nobody has their tendencies of knowing what this guy does good, what makes him uncomfortable, what makes him nervous, what is he bad at doing, what is he good at doing. Like, can he throw deep really well? Can he throw short really well? Can he throw medium really well? Nobody really knows all the tendencies from these young quarterbacks and rookie quarterbacks. Therefore, they end up thriving if they have some skill in their first year. You look at all the other examples, CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels now, he proves my theory true so far. Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. I'm not saying none of these guys are bad or they suck at playing quarterback. I'm just saying the seasons that they've had over the past few haven't compared to their rookie season out of all those guys. So rookie quarterbacks have an edge. And I think because of that, Jackson Dart is probably going to continue to be on a heater like he's been. And ultimately, I see them beating the Eagles once more. And if they do beat the Eagles, this is going to be crazy because if they end up with the same record, Giants are getting in the playoffs and the Eagles won't. I know the records look extremely different right now in what you see. Eagles, they're on the winning side. Giants are still in the negative. But if they lose this division game, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for the Giants to possibly sneak into the playoffs. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I have the Giants winning this ball game. I think the Giants offense is just slightly better, man. Giants offense to me is definitely slightly better. Both defenses are a little bit on the shaky side, but above all, man, I got the Giants pulling this game off. I think it'll be a close matchup, and I think it'll be an offensive shootout. But it's a division game. Anything can happen. It might be high scoring, low scoring. I got a shootout happening, and I got the Giants winning this ball game. So other than that, man, that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to leave on a positive note here. And the positive note is just going to be as simple as stay consistent. It's the most boring thing in the world, but consistency is everything, really, man. Consistency is everything. It's the most boring thing in the world to do the same thing over and over and over again, but it is everything. It truly helps us get to where we're trying to go, and it helps us develop more and more at whatever we're staying consistent at. So that's the biggest thing I have right now, and you can apply that to whatever it is that you're currently trying to attend or currently trying to achieve or do or whatever it is, or just, think of it as a perspective of you go to work every day. You're consistent in it. You damn good at your job. So other than that, man, that's all I got for you. I do appreciate you tuning in. Share this with a cousin, a brother, an uncle, niece, nephew, coworker, friend, family member, anybody you know of who enjoys sports. I promise you, they won't mind, bro. I guarantee you they will not mind that you sent this to them and told you, hey, he talked about the Eagles. That's your team. Or he picked the Giants to beat the Eagles. I'm a Giants fan. I promise you they won't mind, bro. So send this to them. Follow us on Instagram as well, at The Run Podcast, TikTok, at The Run Podcast, YouTube, The Run with Manny Wilson. So check us out. Other than that, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I will be back next week. And so on, and so on, and so on.